So I've made $5,000 in the past 5 days. Here's the proof. These are all payouts, okay? It's not trades that I took or money that is sitting in my account that is just floating somewhere out there. And then magically, I never talk about my payouts. But no, it's not that. This is actually proof. So within the past 5 days, I've already taken this out. And I've made more money than this $5,000, okay? Just to give you context. And quick disclaimer, this video is not meant to cover my trading strategies or to to teach you how to trade. It is not that. So if you've come here for that, sorry, but that's not this video. But anyways, let's get into it. So to get to these 5 days where I took out $5,000, it didn't take 5 days. What you see on the front is that it took 5 days, but when you see the full journey, it actually took me about 3 years. So a little bit about me, I guess, so you understand where I'm coming from. Context. I've been trading for 4 years now. So the past 3 years, I've been unprofitable, but to the start of this 4th year so far, I've been at my most profitable so far. I've already made over $18,000, and I'm actually coming up on basically recouping all the money I've spent in the past 3 years, blowing funded accounts, loading some of them into live accounts. So all of that factored into this 4th year, I'm coming up on actually recouping all of that. So year to date so far, making $18,000. Now you're probably asking, does that mean that you're profitable now? No, and the reason why is I don't think I'm profitable yet, because I'm just now starting to scratch a little bit of what success could look like in trading. And the reason why I'm saying that is just because I don't want the success to get to my head, because that's what I did after I got my first payout through prop firm. I think it was the end of my 2nd year. I took about, or maybe midway through it, I took my first ever payout of $5,600, and from there it just went downhill. I distinctly remember just wanting to give up, because the thing is, after I made that $5,600, I actually pushed my account to around $11,000 and like $11,000 and $11,200. Sorry, I can't speak right now, but I blew that account and it was pretty detrimental. I really just wanted to quit right after, but there was a little voice in my head that just said, don't quit, because I knew that I was able to take a payout. So I definitely should be able to get to that level again. But the rest of the 2nd year didn't make another payout until the 3rd year. I think my 2nd payout was only $1,000, but that was again another little milestone that I hit to really just keep my belief going. It was just enough to make me not want to quit when I wanted to quit. And then here recently on my channel, you also saw where I got denied as well, and I was denied twice. So I really wanted to quit then, but just that little voice just said, don't quit, don't quit. So that's one of the lessons that I learned. It's just, or helped me get to where I'm at now, it's just don't quit. It sounds so simple, but yeah, don't quit. But that doesn't mean that you don't quit. And here's the thing, maybe trading isn't for you. Maybe you really should look at another path, right? Maybe it's not trading, but another field for you to pursue success. So don't let that just hinder you as well. I wanted to throw that out there, because people think that there's one holy grail, like one answer to everything. There's not. But for me, specifically, I didn't want to quit because I actually had seen a little bit of the success of what could be. So that's what kept me going. So moving on to the next lesson, I guess would be lesson number 2, is I stopped trying to be a perfect trader, right? What do I mean by that? Obviously, so many gurus out there and so many traders out there, even the unprofitable ones, say that you need to trade XYZ a certain way to be a profitable day trader, but they themselves don't trade that way. So ironic. But anyways, not getting too deep into that, I remember just going through a little phase of I had to be disciplined. I have to be disciplined. Only two trades. But the thing is, that was really just affecting me more than helping me. And I remember missing out on trades that really would have helped my account that day, I guess, were missing out on really big trades because I was just 5 minutes into the open and I have to be perfect. There's no way this is an A+ setup. And we'll cover this shortly here, but that was a perfect A+ setup. And because I was so focused on, you should really wait for maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes before you take a trade. Like, I was so focused on being perfect, being disciplined, that it hindered me. So I started playing to my strengths. And this is all stuff that I kind of learned maybe a couple months back. So it's pretty recent that I learned this, but I would tune into a lot of other streamers and they all didn't trade the same way, but I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm referring to. But these guys are taking out some pretty big payouts, but they're far from perfect. Some of them are taking just taking small winners daily, but at the end of the day, their results are pretty big too. They're taking out 40 grand plus, making over $100,000. But there are some other traders that are swinging for the fences that make over $5,000 a day. But there's both of those traders are making money. And everybody has their own unique style of trading. For me, I just had to find my unique style. And once I understood that, I just accepted it and be like, this is who I am, this is how I'm gonna trade. And that really just helped, I guess, release whatever of the chains. I just let go of the chains, but this is better. And that's the lesson. It's just learning how to progress. It's progression, not perfection. Just like there's no such thing as a perfect trader, there is no such thing as a perfect trade as well. I really, just like I was talking a little bit ago, where I would miss the A+ setups. I would miss sometimes my A+ setups because it didn't look the way I wanted it to. But here's the reality, is that no trade is all the same. Just because it looks like the same pattern doesn't mean the same thing is going to happen. Sometimes it looks different, but the results are still the same. So I had to learn to trust my analysis. You would think that 4 years into trading that I would trust my analysis. Sometimes you don't, right? And that's where everything else falls into play of FOMO and all that stuff. But I had to just, if I saw the setup there where I believed in my analysis, I go off of price action, then I needed to take it right there and just put my stop loss, making sure that I'm also making more money than I'm losing. It sounds very simple, but can be a lot harder than you think sometimes. So that was one of the little things that I tweaked on to help my trading to get to where I'm at now, is to make sure that my losers are smaller than my winners. Now, sometimes I take minor losses throughout the day, but I take one big trade that basically wipes out all those losses. So just like there's no such thing as a perfect trader, there's no such thing as a perfect trade as well. And I just had to trust in my skill set. If you stuck around for this long, I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to me if you're watching my content all the way to the end here. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about my journey so far and how I've been able to get to where I'm at now. Does that mean that I'm a profitable day trader? Like I said, not yet. No, I don't want to let the success get to my head. So I still have a long ways to go. Obviously, we'll see how this year goes, but that's about it. Thank you for sticking around.